Picture the one food everyone names for potassium. Go on, you're thinking of it right now. The banana. It's on every poster, every gym bro tip, every eat this after your workout list ever made. Here's the twist. The banana isn't even close to the top of the list. It's middle of the pack at best. And the foods that genuinely flood your body with potassium are probably sitting in your kitchen right now, quietly beating a banana by 2, 3, sometimes 4 times over. Most people are chasing the wrong food entirely, so let's fix that. First, why this even matters? Because it matters more than people realize. Most of us simply don't get enough potassium. It's so underconsumed that health authorities officially call it a nutrient of public health concern. Now, the official target you'll see quoted is around 2,600 to 3,400 milligrams a day. But here's the key thing to understand about that number. It's essentially the floor. It's the amount set to keep you from being outright deficient, and it was actually revised down from an older recommendation of 4,700 milligrams. The World Health Organization still points to north of 3,500. And if you want a sense of what the human body was actually built for, look further back. The best estimates of what our hunter-gatherer ancestors ate put their potassium intake somewhere between 7,000 and 11,000 milligrams a day, several times what we manage now, while getting only a tiny fraction of the sodium. Their ratio of potassium to sodium was basically the mirror image of ours. We evolved on a flood of potassium and a trickle of salt, and today we've flipped it completely. So don't think of this as hit the minimum and stop. Think of it as a floor you want to clear comfortably. And aiming higher, toward that older target and beyond, is probably closer to what your body genuinely wants. The one catch is you want to get there the way your ancestors did, from food. Because potassium isn't optional. It keeps your blood pressure down, your muscles firing, your heartbeat steady. And the good news? Getting a lot more of it is easy and honestly kind of delicious, once you know where potassium actually lives. Now, let's be fair to the banana, because it's not a bad food. A medium banana gives you roughly 420 milligrams of potassium. That's about 9% of what you need in a day. Perfectly fine. It comes with fiber and vitamin B6. No complaints. The problem is the reputation. 9% is not the potassium food. If bananas were actually your strategy, you'd have to eat something like 8 to 10 of them every single day to hit your target. Nobody does that. Nobody should. So where's the real potassium hiding? Let's build the actual leaderboard. And at the very top, the quiet king is the humble potato. One medium baked potato, eaten with the skin on, delivers around 925 milligrams of potassium. That's more than 2 bananas in a single potato. A big russet can push well past that. It's actually the #1 source of potassium in the average person's diet, and almost nobody gives it credit because we've been told for years that potatoes are junk. They're not. Just skip the deep fryer. And one key detail, keep the skin on and bake, roast, or microwave it. Boiling a peeled potato can wash away roughly 1/3 of the potassium into the water. The skin and the cooking method genuinely matter. Next, the one the whole internet is obsessed with, and for once, mostly with good reason: coconut water. This is the effortless one. A cup of unsweetened coconut water lands somewhere around 400 to 600 milligrams of potassium, depending on the brand. So at least a banana's worth in a single glass, and often quite a bit more. And because it's a light, low-calorie liquid, it's genuinely easy to drink. It even brings other electrolytes along, like magnesium and sodium, which is exactly why people reach for it after sweating. Just buy the unsweetened kind, and we'll come back to it, because there is such a thing as too much. From there, the everyday all-stars stack up fast. Avocado. Half of one roughly matches a banana. A whole one gives you close to 2, plus a load of healthy fat. Leafy greens, once you cook them down. A single cup of cooked spinach is around 840 milligrams, double a banana, and Swiss chard and beet greens are even higher. Cooking shrinks them and concentrates the minerals, so a big raw salad becomes a potassium bomb once it's sautéed. And beans. A cup of cooked white beans is nearly 1,100 milligrams, closing in on 3 bananas. Lentils, kidney beans, all excellent, all cheap. And the supporting cast is deep. Animal foods hold their own right here. A fillet of salmon carries 500 to 800 milligrams, and red meat and poultry bring a solid dose too, delivering potassium right alongside their protein. Wild game, the kind our ancestors actually lived on, is especially rich in it. Plain yogurt and milk are quietly among the top sources for a lot of people. Concentrated tomato, sauce, paste, juice is loaded. Winter squash, plantains, even a handful of pistachios all chip in. Dried apricots are a potassium powerhouse, though a heads up, drying concentrates the sugar right along with the potassium, so those are a topping, not a snack you inhale by the bag. Notice what's happening here. The banana isn't even in the conversation anymore. So how do you actually put this together? The good news is you don't need a spreadsheet. Watch how fast it adds up. A baked potato at dinner, a fillet of salmon next to it, and a cup of sautéed greens. That one plate alone can clear 2,500 milligrams. Add a cup of coconut water and half an avocado in a smoothie earlier in the day. Throw some beans in your lunch, and you have quietly blown past a target that felt impossible with bananas. A few staples, on repeat, and you're there. And here's the bonus you only get from food. When potassium comes from whole meals, it arrives slowly, buffered by water and fiber, and bundled with magnesium, the cofactor your body needs to actually use it. Your body absorbs it gently, at a pace it can handle. If you want to see where you honestly stand, an app like Chronometer will track your real potassium intake alongside 80+ other nutrients. And for most people, that first look is a genuine wake-up call. And keep the framing we started with. The official number is a floor, not a finish line. Getting comfortably past it, toward what our ancestors actually thrived on, is the real target. Now, the part I really need you to hear, because it's where people get into trouble. If food is so easy, why not just take a potassium pill and be done with it? Because potassium is powerful, and a concentrated dose behaves very differently from a potato. Potassium runs the electrical rhythm of your heart, and too much of it in your blood is every bit as dangerous as too little. It can cause heart palpitations, an irregular heartbeat, and in serious cases, genuinely dangerous rhythm problems. A supplement drops a concentrated hit of potassium into your system all at once, faster than a compromised body can clear it. That's a real risk if your kidneys are even slightly under par, and early kidney trouble is often completely silent. Or if you take common blood pressure medications like ACE inhibitors, ARBS, or potassium-sparing diuretics. Or you use salt substitutes, which are basically hidden potassium. This is exactly why over-the-counter potassium pills are capped at a tiny 99 milligrams, and why anything stronger needs a prescription and monitoring. And it's not only pills, even coconut water has a limit. There's a documented case of a man who drank 8 bottles of it in one hot day and landed in real life-threatening trouble. A cup or two is wonderful. 8 bottles is a hospital visit. So the rule is simple. Get your potassium from food, where it's buffered and self-limiting, and, for healthy kidneys, almost impossible to overdo. If you genuinely think you need more than food can give you, that's a conversation with your doctor, not a decision to make alone in the supplement aisle. And please, if you've just got a random cramp, don't diagnose yourself and start swallowing pills. Food first, always. So the next time someone tells you to grab a banana for potassium, you'll know the real story. The banana's a fine little snack, but the actual heavy lifting is done by the potato on your plate, the coconut water in your glass, the greens, the beans, the avocado, a whole cast of everyday foods that quietly outperform the fruit that somehow got all the credit. Eat the rainbow, keep the skin on your potatoes, go easy on the pills, and let real food do what it does best. If this changed the way you think about that fruit bowl, save it somewhere you'll find it again. And if you want me to break down magnesium next, the mineral that works hand in hand with this one and hides behind it constantly, tell me in the comments. That might be the one to do next.